Don't let the world fool you and have you believing just because you don't go to college that you ain't gonna be able to make an honest living. You telling a damn lie. That's a lie. I ain't never wanted for nothing, and I ain't go to college. I ain't got no degree, but I ain't never wanted for nothing, and I always had a bag. So don't you let people fool you. What I'm telling you, what y'all can get from your uncle is I'm a hard worker. I'm a hard worker. That's all I know. I know I didn't go to college. I knew I wasn't going to college. I knew I wasn't finna go get one of them fancy degrees. So I've always been a hard worker. I've always know how to manage my money. And to this day, I got the house that I've always wanted. I drive the cars that I wanted. Everything. All that without going to college, bro. Learn a trade. Do something. HVAC. Be a welder. Don't let the world trick you into believe, oh, you got to become a doctor. You got to be a nurse. Man, ain't about to study all that. You ain't got to do all that, because either way, the money going to be money. And the money going to get them bills paid. So don't let them trick you in thinking that that's the only way to be successful. No, your uncle, I'm going to get up and work every single day. I'm going to grind. I'm going to grind. That's what I do, baby. And that bag is going to be there every time. You hear?
Everyone talks about, the swag gap in relationships, maybe even the intellect gap, maybe even the freak gap in relationships. But no one really talks about the woke gap, bro. Like, you could be talking to the most beautiful woman ever, bro. She's got a good career. Maybe she's got her PhD. Maybe she's a lawyer or doctor, maybe a CEO. And then you get her social media. And the first picture you see is her next to her AI-generated boyfriend. And then the picture after that is her at hashtag Breezy Bowl. Bro, and then you click on her story, bro. She's shopping at Target with a Frappuccino from Starbucks in her hand, bro. You can't make this stuff up, bro. It's like, damn, such a waste.
It's too late. What's done is done. No. There's nothing I can do, Bojack. I'm not real.
Look, listen. I know you don't need to hear this, but I want you to hear this because I want to just reassure you and just let you know, just in case nobody has let you know. I love everything that you're doing right now. Like, everything you're doing is so perfect. And look, listen. Before you think, man, I ain't doing nothing right, or man, everything ain't been going as well as you think. It's the fact that you're trying. You're trying. You didn't give up. You ain't give up on yourself. And that's what I love to see. I love to see you say, fuck, man, this shit. Damn, bro, this shit ain't work again. Fuck it, I'm finna try it again. That's what I like to see. I love to see the dedication, that drive, that itch that you got to be 1% better, like step closer to success. Like, that shit, like, you motivate me every day and you don't even know it. But now you know.
One of the reasons I stopped being stressed, I stopped arguing with niggas, especially if they dumb. I'm not finna argue with you, nigga. You struggled during popcorn reading. You talking all that bullshit. Let's go band for band. Nigga, let's go paragraph for paragraph. Pull up to the library. You bring a book, I'll bring a book. I hate you, nigga. Let's read. How about that? Fuck out of here. Oh, you don't get no bitches. I don't give a fuck about no hoes, nigga. You can't read. Talking about I get no hoes. Bitch, you read like Bella Thorne, dumbass.
This is why you niggas gotta stop being so horny on the first link. Now, I know y'all probably seen that video of an old boy. He got a literal baseball growing out the side of his fucking elbow because he wanted to think with the wrong head, and he got done in, probably, hopefully, not the roast raider. He say him and his buddies was chilling. They see some females see them, they make eye contact. She giving him the eyes, talking about some, like, take me down through there. All right, cool. His partner dip off with one little buddy. They go to a hotel room. Boom. He not thinking, first of all, about safety precautions. He take her back to the crib. They eventually start doing what adults do. You know what I'm saying? Now, she's called Uber. They get ready in the morning, call an Uber. I guess they did another round, for a little, a little to-go package, if you will. You know what I'm saying? She call an Uber. He thinking simple-minded. I ain't got to take her nowhere. I ain't got to gas up the car. I ain't got to leave. Cool. He lay back down, bucket naked, which was your first mistake. You don't know if she calling the Uber. You don't know if she calling the motherfucker to run up in here. You don't know if she calling the motherfucker to take everything, including your life. Fuck would you go back to sleep for? But I digress. He end up almost dozing off, right? She's poking with something. He felt a sharp-ass pain. He's like, what the fuck was that? She ran out, and the key word she said was, it'll help kick in faster. You welcome. She beelines for the door. He right after him. Tombo, goddamn it. He right after. Jump in the Uber. She gone. Now, you don't know if you got shot with AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea. You don't know what the fuck was in that needle. All because you too goddamn horny, bro. Y'all niggas gotta sit back and think, like, sometimes, bro, if it's too good to be true, maybe it is. Take her on a date. Do this and do that. I understand. Hey, bro, if it's hot, it's hot. If we going, we going. But, bro, sometimes take it slow. You don't know what the fuck what it was. Now, she know where the fuck you stay at. You probably don't know her motherfucking name. You probably don't know her motherfucking address. She know everything about you. You don't even know where to look for this bitch at. You know what I'm saying?
So I know it's late, but I want to get the Black History Month Day 4 fact out there. So most people don't know, but we've had at least two phases of mass incarceration in this country. The first one comes just after the Civil War and after the end of Reconstruction, in which we see Black people be criminalized for the purpose of filling jails so that you can exploit the jail labor. So the 13th Amendment ends slavery outside of punishment for a crime. And so, rich people still had farms that needed to be worked, and railroads that needed to be built. So by criminalizing Black people, you're able to police Black people, throw them in jail, and then lease them out to business owners to work for free, essentially. So that's the first phase. The second phase came right after the Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s. The Civil Rights Movement was successful at ending formal mechanisms of racial discrimination, but because of that, there was a rise in what we'll call law and order politics, and this is the idea that things have gotten too lawless, and these newly refreed Black people need to be policed in some form or fashion. And so the rise of mass incarceration, done through the war on drugs as well as the war on crime, resulted in a massive increase of Black people and other poor people being incarcerated. And of course, there's a capitalist component to this as well, because it helped the businesses, because once again, you could exploit prison labor, which is why they call it, slavery by another name. So the reason why we have mass incarceration is due in large part because of the freedom of Black people and the need to get cheap labor. So Black History Month Day 4, fact, boom, going to bed now.
Y'all do realize that kids are reading the Epstein's files, right? Middle school and high school kids are reading these files, and they are asking, why aren't the adults doing anything? Why has this been underreacted to? Why aren't the adults protecting them? Particularly the school pictures. They're buying the school pictures and their association with the files. Just insane.
Jack Dorsey, a huge tech guy, decided to fire half of his company, and his stock went up 25%. He said that every CEO is going to be doing the same thing in the next 12 months. In the last 12 months myself, I've talked about how AI plus bad economic conditions, bad data architecture, bad workflows, and IT stuff would all contribute to the unemployment rate beginning to rise, and we were not going to see it come down. Block, Square, Cash App all went from 10,000 employees to roughly 6,000. 4,000 people gone, right? And this is not a distressed company. We're not talking about a portfolio of companies that's struggling, if you know Cash App, Square, and the rest of them. Dorsey admitted himself that the companies are able to use a flatter company structure, less people, and they're able to capitalize with intelligence tools, AI, but functional AI that can really solve the baseline problem. This is the first CEO with considerable weight behind their name to admit and also operationalize how artificial intelligence is really affecting the business applications in everyday life, and how productivity is being expected for those who are left on payroll. This is not a block story per se, right? Like, this is a real indication of what happens when workforces are reduced because of the productivity gains through artificial intelligence, and when real tech is being applied through that same methodology, and real productivity gains are visible through that same channel. So you lay off 4,000 people and the stock goes up 25%. I think that's pretty serious. If you're in knowledge work or consulting, financial services, healthcare, whatever, I think this is a wake-up call, right? Like a signal in truth. Because if the job that you do can be compared to a workflow that could be easily replaced, or at least your company is eyeing this particular problem now due to the economic conditions that are about to be globally available for all of us, then how would you survive, right? What would be the next move for you to deal with companies instantaneously removing 25, 35, 40, 50% of their workforce, all in an effort to see their stock rise even higher? Mr. Jack Dorsey did not set any particular trend, and he's certainly not a fool, but he did say the quiet part out loud.
Okay, I don't know if I'm going to start crying during this video or not. I just feel it coming on. Like, when I had the idea of making this video, I felt tears coming on. So you might see them, but I'm going to try to hold them back. I hope you as black men realize that black women, especially like in the real world, they really love us, bro. Like you... If you're a manipulative, like, narcissistic person, you may be like, damn, like why are these women just like why would they do so much for us? But once you really like take the time to heal and to grow and to like love yourself, bro, and to love our people, bro, especially in spite of what the world wants us to believe, black women, like, almost even to a fault, believe and love, overly love us, bro. And I don't know, like, I know I can't just like tell every single one of you guys to do this, but just like, please stop taking advantage of that, bro. Please, bro. Even if that love is just like in the form of like a platonic relationship, bro. If it's your mother, if it's your sister, bro. If it's just that black girl who's in your class, bro. And like you're the only two black kids in that class, bro. Have some respect, please, bro. Because like, I understand situations come online where, like, we have some type of, like, social discourse and then, oh, it's men against women and, oh, all men, all women, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you really look throughout history, especially American history, the shit that we've been through, bro, black women have been there for us through everything, bro. They've been there for us so much. They've allowed us to be leaders in our community while taking no credit. Mind you, that shit is not how it should be, but they allowed themselves to be the engine of the machines that we led as black men, bro, and we were able to inspire our people with. But it doesn't come without either force complementing each other, loving each other, being here for each other. And the reason why I believe personally it's so important for us as black men and black women to love each other is because we need to have some foundational love to be able to love all the different expressions of us. I'm talking from the neurodivergent, I'm talking the disabled, I'm talking the queer expressions. If we don't have that fundamental complementary love of just our masculine and our feminine, we won't be able to see ourselves as not just human, but the divine force that we are, and then be able to see that that divine force expresses itself in so many different ways. And there's so many more reasons to love and to believe in and to appreciate us than the world gives us an opportunity to see. And I hope it starts with us turning from what the world is teaching us and looking directly at our peers that look like us, that have skin like us, that live under these circumstances, and listening to the stories that they have and giving them a chance to be human. In this world we're walking into, like, all we have is each other. Especially once the internet comes off, because get this, all you guys who are in, whether it's red pill or pink pill, whichever one of like the polarized gender cults you're associated with, once the internet comes off, it's not going to matter anymore. The real world is changing into a way that hates black people again. Doesn't matter what fucking you got between your legs, bro. They hate us. Everybody. And it's like the lowest hanging fruit for all these other marginalized communities to just punch the fuck out of us beneath them so they can get picked by the master above them. They're all gonna do it. They don't fucking like us, bro. Everybody has a reason to hate us, and we've done nothing to justify that. Maybe there's a crime committed here. Maybe there is an interaction that was negative here, but as a people, we have not terrorized the world or any demographic of people so much so to deserve the hatred that we get. But we're not going to find that hatred in being validated by these other people who make us compete like animals against each other for their acceptance. We're going to find that by looking each other dead in the fucking face and mustering up whatever fucking energy it takes to believe in ourselves, in our people, in our truth, and the potential that we have to love each other, and then acting upon that every chance that we get. The account that inspired this video was the lady who is behind the affirmations for black men. And I sit here and think how difficult it must be in this internet age to just do something so positive, so loving, so caring for black men. In a world where it's like we already feel so hated, so isolated already. And she still gets hate comments coming from even other women at times saying, you're a pick-me trying to care for men, you're a this, or it's black men saying, oh, you're a liar, you're a this, or just whatever type of negativity. Like, and all she's doing is putting out positivity for us, giving us a chance to believe in ourselves with every post. Like, has taken the responsibility to do what we should be doing for ourselves, but sees that maybe we don't have the space or the belief in ourselves to do that. And she's given herself an opportunity. And we can just look right over that. Mind you, looking over that for some fucking, and I guess I'm not trying to discriminate on anybody else here, but looking over that for some like non-black person that just doesn't like us, just fetishizes us, or looking over that for the validation of a dude who doesn't like women, bro. And wants to see women suffering, wants to abuse women, and needs to get the validation of that by you agreeing with him and accepting that. Like, you're going so far into this world looking for the love and the care and the support and the validation that we have at home, bro. Like, we have food at home. You don't need to go to McDonald's, bro. But you have to be responsible for cooking that food, for caring for the meal, for cleaning up after the meal is done, bro, for making sure that everything is back in the fridge and all the utensils are cleaned up and whatnot. Like, you have to be more responsible at home to be able to genuinely appreciate that. But it's just convenient to think that grass is greener on the other side when you've never been to the other fucking side. So of course it seems like it's going to be greener, but what if it's not? And when you actually get there and recognize that it's a lot more dry and a lot shittier than the grass that you're already standing on, you're just refusing to take care of the grass that you're on, you're going to have a come to Jesus moment. So I hope as black people understand that these algorithms want us divided as fuck. But more importantly, the world is not going to show you what you need to see about us. You have to seek. You have to commit to following. You have to be a part of the communities that show and share black love. And again, you don't have to marry somebody who's black. You don't have to have children and raise a family with somebody who's black. I'm not going to get all Dr. Umar on you guys, but you have to have fundamental levels of love and respect for people that got skin like this, bro. And if you're a black man, bro, you have to have some level of empathy in your heart, hopefully a lot, for black women, bro. Because if we don't have them in our community and we don't have the belief, the magic that is their belief in us, there's so little that we can do in this world. The only thing that we can do is buy the illusions that are sold to us by the other men who are willing to put the women of their demographic into prostitution markets. And then have, I'm not saying that we don't, but have a marriage economy sitting right on top of a prostitution market. So child women compete against each other to be picked for marriage, because if not, they're going to be banished to whoredom for the rest of their lives and never have a chance of being humanized again after that. We need to just love. We need to love black women. We need to love black women. We need to love black women. And not, and again, not in a performative sense. I'm saying like we need to love by truly figuring out what we do love, what we appreciate, what we want to be here for, bro, and being loud and proud, almost annoying about that.